Okay, the little microphone monitor thing is maxing out when I speak loudly, so I assume you can hear me. Yesterday, Dave McKeegan, photography type dude, posted a live stream, or streamed a live stream, whatever you want to call it. In the comments were comments, well, there was some pointless, moronic, infantile trolling. Whether these three pointless, infantile troll accounts are all the same pointless, toddler-slapping, infantile, moronic troll with fantasies about sexual assault, or they're controlled by two or three different pointless, moronic, infantile trolls, we don't know. But among the pointless, moronic, repetitive, tedious, infantile trolling was this bit from Red Beret 1916. There. I'll answer any questions! Yeah, no, it won't. Well, that was yesterday, and today, Dave streamed a synchronized video. Lots of different video from lots of different sources, all at the same place and all at the same time, all synchronized. And in the side chat, the same pointless, moronic, halfwit, infantile troll was spamming crap. Well, he'd said he'd answer questions, so I asked questions, and he avoided them. And other people asked questions, and he avoided them. Because he's a troll, not sincere at all, and also knows full well that he's too stupid to answer the questions, and knows just enough to know that any question he asks in some situation like this is a question to which the correct answer is a flat earth debunk, and therefore he mustn't ever answer any questions. Fortunately, being about 1,000 times smarter than him, I find it not at all difficult to answer my own questions on his behalf. He's not going to like this. South coast of Mexico. Yes, Mexico does have a south coast. Has east and west coasts where it's a north-south kind of country in the north, but there's that angle, and this is the south coast. 16.123 degrees north and 97.99957 degrees west. Basically on the 98 degrees west meridian. That little bit of river just west of the river not quite mouth, because it's a strange shaped coast. Also 98 degrees west, just south of the border, west-southwest of Guadalupe, on Highway 20, or whatever they call it in Mexican. Also 98 degrees west, east of the very small town of Manchester in Oklahoma, right up on the Kansas border. Also 98 degrees west, on the North Dakota-South Dakota border. And 98 degrees west in Canada, just west of Winkler, out along Route 14 before it turns into Route 3. And 98 degrees west, way up north in Canada, at Whiskey Jack Landing on that lake. My question was how the change in minimum zenith angles of Polaris, Vega, Bellatrix, and Mintaka from one observation location to another relate to the surface distances between those locations. Now, I'm not doing all those locations here. I'm trying to keep this video short. But here's that point up in Canada on Stellarium. You can go to Stellarium. The website is called Stellarium. Easy to find. The spelling is right there on your screen. Right. Up there in Manitoba. We're going to use that location. We're going to set up the azimuthal and the azimuth and elevation grid and the celestial grid with its right ascension and declination. So the blue is the grid with the North Pole at that cross and a line through the equator. The brown is the which way you look and how far above eye level you look grid. And there's Polaris. We're going to use the clock. You can see there is a little clock button actually lit up where I was clicking on it to set the time such that up here in this text box in the top left, Azimuth 000 degrees, 00 minutes and 00.0 seconds. Polaris is exactly due north. And that means we're looking north. It's above the true celestial North Pole. So that is its minimum, not maximum, zenith angle that night. That is as close to directly overhead as Polaris gets, as seen from just east of Whiskey Jack Landing on the lakeshore. You can see the brown line going across just below it is labelled plus 55 degrees. That is 55 degrees above horizontal. Funnily enough, it's about the latitude of Whiskey Jack Landing. We can also do a Mintekar. We have to change the time because they're not on the same right ascension. But we get there, azimuth 179 degrees, 59 minutes and 57.2 seconds was as close to due south as I could get Mintekar. And we have an altitude angle, which is how far above eye level it is, 35 degrees, 17 minutes, 51.5 seconds. And then we can find the Oklahoma-Kansas border, just east of the small town of Manchester. Just east of 2 road junctions east. And by the way, yes, that step where the roads in Oklahoma and the roads in Kansas going north-south don't quite line up, that's because the Earth's not flat. It was surveyed in miles, and when you survey on one latitude and on another latitude, your miles don't quite line up because there's curvature. From that position on the border, Mintekar is at 52 degrees, 43 minutes and 39.6 seconds, and Polaris at 37 degrees, 38 minutes and 10 arc seconds. And then the south coast of Mexico, in that little bit of water just west of the not quite river mouth, the exact same place. You can see on screen 16.12103 degrees north, 98.00011 degrees west. We get Polaris, looking north, getting kind of close to the horizon there. Elevation angle 16 degrees, 47 minutes, 43.8 seconds. That is less than 20 degrees above the horizon, and normally I wouldn't recommend using that. I would say you should use Polaris for positions more than 20 degrees north. You should use Vega all the way down, because Vega's going to be above 20 degrees even from the equator. And you should use lots of stars, not just 2 stars, but I'm trying to keep this video short. There's Mintekar, 73 degrees, 36 minutes, 0.5 seconds. Right, and the distances between locations from Whiskey Jack Landing down to the border there, 1,939.42 kilometres, from southern Mexico up to that Oklahoma-Kansas border, 2,321.27 kilometres. Hop across to the next window, the next image. I have plotted those things, and I'm going to have to just zoom out a little to make it fit on your screen. Over on your left, we've got the south coast of Mexico with Mintekar sloping left and Polaris up to the right at the appropriate angles. Near the middle, 1 pixel per kilometre to the right, we've got the Oklahoma-Kansas border observations. Mintekar up to the left, Polaris up to the right. And over on the right side, we have Whiskey Jack Landing. Now, according to these, if you assume the baseline is flat, Mintekar must be where this line here, and this line here, and this line here all meet, which is, well, there for 2 of them, and somewhere out here for another 2, and somewhere way up there for the other 2. That's no good. And Polaris must be there, and there, and there. Also no good, right? But, didn't want to do that. Didn't want to do that at all. Just want to deselect. If I rotate each layer by its latitude, oh, look at that. They're all in the same direction. They're just at great distances. And if you did it with lots and lots of locations, you would get Mintekar is at all of those intersections at once, and Polaris is likewise at all of those intersections at once from out to the right. If you assume a curved baseline, Mintekar is a very long way that way, and Polaris is a very long way that way. That's what he didn't want to answer.